Welcome back. Today I'm bringing you guys a full review on the new Tarteist Pro Palette. I promised you guys that I was going to review it for you. I already have two tutorials using this palette, so I wanted to really try it out and be able to show you guys in front of the camera with detail how it works. And then I wanted to give you my honest full review and impression on this palette. So if you want to see exactly how the shadows apply and all of that, you can go check my previous video. I think I just uploaded that one right before this one. Let me just get right into it. I'm going to be swatching it for you guys and all of the above, and hopefully I'm able to answer all your questions about this palette. So this is the carton packaging where it comes. Here it shows you, it's very sleek. I really like it, like the shiny black with the gold. I think that's what made me fall in love with this palette when I first saw it at the store. And it has, you know, imprinted the name of the palette. The back, it shows the formula of the eyeshadows, and it says that it's formulated without parabens, mineral oils, some other words there that I cannot pronounce. And then let's get to the actual packaging of the palette. This is it. It's super matte black, and then again it has the gold print with the name of the palette. One negative thing that I don't like about it already, and I'm gonna share, is the fact that you can see all the fingerprints, which, I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with that, because usually that happens anytime you have a matte packaging. So you can kind of see there that I touched it. I was gonna clean it before this video, but then I decided, you know what, you guys have to see everything as it is. The back, it's gold. Same story here. It's beautiful. It's very mirror-like. I can see myself, I can see my reflection on it. But then again, you can also see all my fingerprints there as well. In the back, it also tells you that after 12 months, you should discard the product. Does anyone do that? Am I really gonna throw away a full eyeshadow palette after using it for 12 months? I don't know. I'm not gonna throw away a palette after 12 months. But anyways, that's what it says. And it has a really big mirror, which I really like. That's one of the things that I like about this palette. It was really easy for me to create a look and just look at myself in the mirror. I personally like that, especially for tutorials. I don't have to pick up a separate mirror for me to place my eyeshadows. And then these are the shadows, which when I saw it online and also when I saw it at the store, I was so in love with it. But now I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I feel about the palette. So we have a total of 20 eyeshadows, 5 of them being shiny or shimmery, and then 20 of them being matte. You have the first line here that has your matte highlight colors, very similar if you ask me, and then you have your transitional shades. You have a little deeper transitional shades here. Your third line, you have your more darker and warmer crease shades, and then the fourth line, you have the more intense colors, like the ones that you would use to deepen out the outer V and etc. So you have your browns, your plums, and your really dark colors, and then we get the black. And then the last line here, we have all the shimmery shades, and we start off with golden ones, and it works its way down to this beautiful emerald sort of green, which is what I'm wearing right now on my lid. One thing that I also wanted to point out is that it smells beautiful. I really like the smell. I want to say it kind of smells like chocolatey too, like the chocolate palette, but I don't know. Yeah, it has a chocolate vanilla type of scent, which is it's not super strong, so I really like it. Alright, so now we're gonna get to swatching. I'm gonna show them one by one so you guys can see what they're all about. This one right here is classic, which is your classic matte highlight, and that's what it swatches like. The one right underneath it is vintage, which is a little bit lighter than the other one, but very similar in tone. Then right underneath we have chick, which is this one here, and it's just a very neutral transitional shade. I don't know why I wore long sleeves today. We have indie, which is super cool tone, as you can see, kind of grayish, and I also used it as a transitional shade for this look today. That's that on top right there. My swatches, guys, they're horrible, so forgive me, and especially today that I'm wearing long sleeves. Let me see if I can pull up my leaves to see if I can get more room for swatching. Then we have Innocent right here. That is Innocent right there. Innocent, I want to say, is like your typical warm transitional shade, like in the medium type level, not too warm. And then right underneath we have Fierce, which is like a grayish tone, like plum eyeshadow. So there you have that one, very similar to the lipstick that I'm wearing today. Then right underneath we have Professed, which is this one right here. It's actually a lighter version of the other one, so we're gonna swatch it right next to it. Very similar again. And then we have Bold. Bold is this one here. And if you ask me, the name doesn't go with what it is. That's the swatch. As I swatch them, I am not quite sure if you guys can see. You probably can't see, but it looks a little dusty and powdery, which I don't really care for. A lot of great eyeshadows have a little bit of fallout. I can work with that. But yeah, you can see that they do show a little bit of dust. Wincy is like a brick color shadow similar to Sienna from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Let me show you the swatch. It's that one there. That's a beautiful color, and it's a must in any palette. And that's your swatch right there. Let me get closer. And this chair keeps making weird sounds. I know that you guys could probably hear that. Alright, so that's Wincy. Really beautiful, very brick color. And right underneath we have No Filter. Filter, that's this one here. And that's the swatch. It's like a plummy color, but darker than the other ones. And there you have it, same family as those two there. Then we have Mod, one that I really like. It's like a pinky neutral, and let me use my thumb because I'm running out of fingers. And that's your swatch in my finger. And then, oh my god, I don't think I have any room. Let's see. That's your swatch. Next we have Edgy, and this is your coffee type shadow. That's the color, like a neutral brown. Oh, that's a really beautiful. That particular shadow had no fallout. Smoked up here. That is Smoked, so it's in the same family as the other one. It's like a neutral brown, and that is it next to Edgy. But darker, I want to say a little more neutral, like a little more dry, less warm than Edgy. Vamped, which is this one. It's like it's more on the purple type color. And let's swatch it right here. It's very plummy, very purplish, very dark, and again, not too much fallout. Drama, which is a beautiful wine color, like a wine red. That is the swatch right there. And there you go. That is it right here. And the last matte one would be Punk, which is your black from the palette. And I'm gonna swatch it right here. It's a typical matte black. Alright, so these are the swatches for the matte shadows. There you have the lighter ones, and right here we have the darker ones. From what I can tell you from the swatches right now and from me using them before, is that you get a lot more fallout with the lighter color matte eyeshadows than you do with the dark one, which is a little bit weird. You typically don't see that. Typically, the darker the shadow, the more fallout that it tends to have. But for some reason, their formula, it's better. The darker the shadow, like the less fallout you get, and the easier it is to blend, which I liked and I enjoyed from this palette. So now let me use my other arm and my other hand, which I have nothing, so I can swatch for you guys the shimmery shadow. So the first one right here is Ethereal, and I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. And that's like a very, very warm, almost copper gold, and it's really, really beautiful. It's like a typical gold, and I'm gonna try to just swatch them on my hands here so it's easier for you guys to see it. and that is it. So it's very, I want to say it's like a copper almost eyeshadow. The pigmentation, it's amazing. It really had a good pigmentation. Like, you really don't have to wet your brushes with it. And then we have Glam right underneath, and I'm using a clean finger. It's a little bit lighter in shade, and that's what it looks like on my finger. And there comes Dylan. Hi, Nina, you look so handsome. You do your hair? Hey, hold on, no one can see you. You look so handsome.
I need to fix my hair again.
You gotta fix your hair again? Mwah, I love you. Close the door. Bye, boy. Damo. It's a Glam, which is a little bit lighter than the previous one that I just showed. And sorry, I'm showing my middle finger. So this is more like a champagne gold, and that's the swatch there. Really beautiful shadow. Again, a lot of pigmentation. And then right underneath we have Minx, which is a gorgeous, like, pinky, what do you call these colors? Look at it, look at it. What's the perfect description for that color? It's like the pink family, golden family, like a rose champagne, maybe, I don't know. So that's a swatch right there next to the other ones. Super pigmented, again, a beautiful color for your lid. I really, really like it. And the very last one right here is Trendy, like on the pan. Trendy. This is what it looks like on my finger. This is what it looks like Niño, as a swatch. Look at it. It's like one of those shadows that when you see them from different angles, it changes color. So you can see like the blue and like a purple in it as well. And that's what I have on my lids right now. So alright, so we're done with the swatches. Let me just go wash my fingers, my hands. So I'll be right back and I'll tell you guys exactly how I feel about the palette. Should you go out and buy it? Is it worth it? Do you need it in your life? I'll be right back. One moment. Alright, so I'm back. I washed my fingers, not really my hands, because I wanted to leave the swatching to take a few pictures and include it in my Spanish video. But anyways, let me get right to my thoughts about the product. I'm going to be very, very honest. I'd like to be honest with you guys. And this palette is beautiful. It is a beautiful palette. I was driven to it just by the packaging, by how big the mirror was, the color of the black and gold. Like, I really, really liked it. And I was really into the shimmery shadows that it has right here. It's a beautiful palette. I like it. I think the shadows blend in nicely, and I think it's worth the money. However, in my opinion, it's not a palette that you have to go out and run and get. You don't need it in your life. And the reason I'm saying this is because I find that the shadows are too repetitive. Like, these shadows right here, like the first two lines, we have way too many shadows of the same color. Like, they could have included a lot more of a variety of colors. Like, these two, why are you giving me two white, almost white, like super light matte shadows for highlight? Like, I can appreciate that. I need one of those shadows in the palette, but I don't need two. And they're giving you two of those. They're giving you these three shades right here, which are quite similar. Like, they're not even that much different, like when you swatch them. Like, as you can see, the swatch right there, that's from the second line. This shadow, that one, and this one right here, they are almost identical. So I think they could have done a better job at including like different colors. Like, I would have loved to seen like a different green in here, maybe more of a yellowy tone, maybe a lighter highlight color. Like this one right here, it's a beautiful color, but it doesn't really work as a highlight, like for inner corner highlight. I tried to put it today in my tear duct, and I had to go over it with my regular face powder highlight because I felt that it was a little bit too dark for the inner corners of the eyes. So overall, the packaging, the product is beautiful. The shadows work fine, like they're a good quality. I just don't think that you need this in your life. Like, I already have all these shadows. Like I already have all these colors in my collection. If you're new to buying makeup, if you don't have too many eyeshadow palettes, then maybe yes, maybe this is a good palette for you to get started because it has a lot of neutrals. But if you already have a lot of neutrals and you don't need this palette. Like, so I just went to the Sephora website and I confirmed that the palette is $53. So it's not super pricey, but I think again the colors are too repetitive. They could have included a more variety of colors. That they weren't super creative with the creation of the colors, in my opinion. I just feel that I didn't need this in my collection. And again, if you have a lot of palettes with a lot of neutral shadows, light shadows, blending colors, you don't need this. You don't need this. You only get 5 shimmery shadows, which are beautiful, and then the other ones, they just repeat. It's like a repeat. So that is it, guys. This is my opinion about the Tarteist Pro Palette. Let me know what you think. Do you have it? Do you love it? Do you have it? Do you hate it? Do you agree with me? Do you don't? Like, this is why we're here. We can have a chat. Let's chat about the palette and let me know what your feelings are on it. Besos. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Down below, the little red button that says subscribe is free. Why not? And follow me on my social media over at Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I am never at Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. I'm mainly on Instagram and Snapchat. And yeah, all under Glam by Penela. So I see you guys. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, you're so handsome.
Yeah.
I love you. Good deal, amo.
Show him,
It's okay, it's okay. Alright, go with papi. I love you. Mommy's almost done, okay?